ಬಂದ, ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುದೇವ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬಂದ. ಕಾಲಲಿ ಪಾದುಕ ಕೈಯಲಿ ದಂಡ, ಕಾಲಲಿ ಪಾದುಕ ಕೈಯಲಿ ದಂಡ, ಬಾಲರವಿಯ ಕಳೆಯ ಯೋಗಿ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬಂದ, ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರು ದೇವ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬಂದ. ಮಸ್ತಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಜಟೆ ಶೋಭಿಸುತ್ತಲ್ಲಿ, ಕಸ್ತೂರಿ ತಿಲಕ ಚಂದನ ಹಣೆಯಲ್ಲಿ. ಮಸ್ತಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಜಟೆ ಶೋಭಿಸುತ್ತಲ್ಲಿ, ಕಸ್ತೂರಿ ತಿಲಕ ಚಂದನ ಹಣೆಯಲ್ಲಿ. ವಿಸ್ತರ ನಗುಮುಖದ ಆ ವಿಸ್ತರ ನಗುಮುಖದ ಯೋಗಿ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬಂದ, ಯೋಗಿ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬಂದ, ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುದೇವ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬಂದ. ಜೋಳಿಗೆ ಬಗಲಲಿ ತ್ರಿಲೋಕರಕ್ಷ, ಜೋಲುತ್ತಿರಲು ಕೊರಳೊಳು ರುದ್ರಾಕ್ಷ. ಜೋಳಿಗೆ ಬಗಲಲಿ ತ್ರಿಲೋಕರಕ್ಷ, ಕಾಷಾಯಾಂಬರದ ಆ ಕಾಷಾಯಾಂಬರದ ಯೋಗಿ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬಂದ, ಯೋಗಿ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬಂದ, ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುದೇವ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬಂದ. ಕುರುದ್ವೀಪದಿ ಕೃಷ್ಣೆಯ ತಟದಲ್ಲಿ, ಸರಸದಿ ವಾಸಿಪ ಶ್ರೀಪಾದ ಯೋಗಿ. ಕುರುದ್ವೀಪದಿ ಕೃಷ್ಣೆಯ ತಟದಲ್ಲಿ, ಸರಸದಿ ವಾಸಿಪ ಶ್ರೀಪಾದ ಯೋಗಿ. ಪರಮ ಪುರುಷ ನೃಹರಿ ಈ ಪರಮ ಪುರುಷ ನೃಹರಿ ಯೋಗಿ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬಂದ, ಯೋಗಿ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬಂದ, ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುದೇವ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬಂದ. ಕಲ್ಪದ್ರುಮನೀತ ನಿತ್ಯ ಪೂರ್ಣ ಸಚ್ಚಿದಾತ್ಮದತ್ತ. ಭಕ್ತ ಕಾಮ ಕಲ್ಪದ್ರುಮನೀತ ನಿತ್ಯ ಪೂರ್ಣ ಸಚ್ಚಿದಾತ್ಮದತ್ತ. ಶಂಕರ ಗುರು ರೂಪ ಆ ಚಿನ್ಮಯ ಗುರು ರೂಪ ಯೋಗಿ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬಂದ, ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುದೇವ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬಂದ. ಕಾಲಲಿ ಪಾದುಕ ಕೈಯಲಿ ದಂಡ ಬಾಲರವಿಯ ಕಳೆಯ ಯೋಗಿ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬಂದ ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುದೇವ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬಂದ ಯೋಗಿ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬಂದ ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರು ದೇವ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬಂದ.
सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति. सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां. श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं. शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः. Let us chant the 5 verses together. Vedo nityamadhiyataam taduditam karma swanushthiyataam tene shasya vidhiyatam apachitihi kamye matestyajyatam पापौघः परिधूयतां भवसुखे दोषोऽनुसन्धीयताम् आत्मेच्छाव्यवसीयतां निजगृहात् पूर्णम् सङ्गत्सत्सु विधीयतां भगवतो भक्तिर्दृढाधीयताम् शान्त्यादिः परिचीयतां दृढतरं कर्माशु सन्त्यज्यताम् सद्विद्वानुपसृप्यतां प्रतिदिनं तत्पादुकासेव्यताम् ब्रह्मैकाक्षरमर्थ्यतां श्रुतिशिरो वाक्यं समाकर्ण्यताम् वाक्यार्थश्च विचार्यतां श्रुतिशिरः पक्षः समाश्रयताम् दुस्तर्कात्सु विरम्यतां श्रुतिमतस्तर्कोऽनुसन्धीयताम् ब्रह्मास्मीति विभाव्यताम् अहरहर्गर्वः परित्यज्यताम् Deheham atirujyatam buddhajaneir vadav parityajyat Kshudvyadhischa chikitsyatam pratidinam bhikshaushadham bhujyatam Swadvannam natu yachyatam vidhivashat praptena santushyatam Shitoshnadivishahyatam natu vritha vakyam samucharyatam Sinyamabhipsyatam janakrupa naishthuryamutsrajyatam Ekante sukhamasyatam paratare chetasamadhiyatam Purnatma susamikshyatam jagadidam tadbadhitam drishyatam Prakarma pravilapyatam chitibalatnapyuttare shlishyatam Prarabdham tviha bhujyatam atha para brahmatmana sthiyatam. Yes. So Sadhana Panchakam is the last text considered to be the last composition of Bhagavan Ādi Shankarāchāryaji. So it is a parting message of Bhagavan. So here we find 40 instructions given for the seekers of truth. And since it is given in a very systematic way, how to start, how to begin and how to end. All these instructions are given very, very systematically. So it is also called as Sopana Panchakam. Sopana means step by step. So yesterday we were seeing the first few lines. The first line is Vedo Nityam Adhiyatam. Adhiyatam, one must study. Vedaha Nityam Adhiyatam. Every day one must study Vedas. Why should we study Vedas? The Vedas are the road map in the journey of life. It shows you the path. So what is the ultimate goal pointed out by the Vedas? The ultimate goal is that one is divine, immortal, infinite. In our wrong understanding, we have considered ourselves to be the body. This is a wrong notion. One must come out of this wrong notion. This is the ultimate goal pointed out by the Vedas. This knowledge has to be gained, that one is infinite and immortal. One is not this finite body. So in order to remind ourselves of this goal, we have to study the Vedas daily. What will happen if you don't study the Vedas daily, or if you disregard the knowledge of the scriptures? Well, we are the losers. Such a wonderful equipment, this human body, it is said to be the most blessed equipment in order to reach the highest. There are so many other bodies available, yonis, wombs, bodies available in this world, animal, plant, insect, etc. But all the scriptures unanimously declare that it is a human body which is the most blessed, because using this body, using this instrument, one can attain the highest. If one is not using this body properly, using this chance, golden chance properly, then we are the losers. So there was once a king who went into the forest for hunting, and suddenly he lost his way. So he was struggling in the forest, hungry, thirsty, not knowing where to go, how to exit. that dense forest, and there he found a woodcutter. So then he asked the woodcutter, "Can you help me out to come out of this forest?" The woodcutter showed him the way out. The king was so happy, so grateful to this man, that this king gave him a big forest of sandalwood. He said, "This is yours." The woodcutter was very happy. After a few months, the king had to pass through that way. So he just felt he must just visit the woodcutter. And then when he went to that area, he found that all the forest, the trees were cut and everything was dark, as though somebody had burnt the entire forest. So the woodcutter was there. He asked him, "How is life?" So he said, "Life is wonderful. Thank you very much for giving this forest." So everything was dark, burnt. So king asked, "What did you do?" So he said, "I cut all the wood and converted into charcoal, because charcoal has a very good value in the market." He has been given what kind of forest? Sandalwood forest. And what did he do? He converted all the wood into charcoal, because charcoal has a very good value, it seems. Now this is the same case with us also. What are we doing with this sophisticated body called human body? We are indulging in pleasures. These pleasures are available in animals' body also, no? The unique feature about being a human is that you have been blessed with an intellect, a discriminating intellect. You can decide what is right, what is wrong. Choice is given to you. For animals, no choice is given. In the Satyuga also, the cow had been eating grass. Today in Kali Yuga also, cow is eating grass. In the Satyuga also, tiger was eating fresh flesh. Even today also, it is doing the same thing. Correct? They have not changed, and they will never change also, because intelligence is not given to them. They are pre-programmed like a computer. But as far as human beings are concerned, that is not the case. He has been given the most advanced intelligence. He can use it for his own good, or he can use it to destroy himself. Now when you are blessed with such a wonderful, rare human body, then what are we supposed to do? Make use of the opportunity. Tulsidas ji in Tulsi Ramayana says, this human body is like a ladder. He can either go up, he can remain there itself, he can go down, or he can go up, cross the ladder and go to the terrace. Correct? In the same way, using these bodies, when you do punya-karma, you go up, you go to higher worlds. When you do papa-karma, you go to lower worlds. When you do mixed, you remain in the same world. But when you gain the ultimate knowledge, you go beyond all worlds, you attain mukti, moksha, when you come to know yourself as an infinite, immortal consciousness. So this is the goal of life. This goal has to be reminded again and again. Let us not miss this golden opportunity. So therefore, Vedaha Nityam Adhiyata. So now that this knowledge has to be gained, our instruments have to be prepared. And the most important instrument through which we gain the knowledge is the mind. Here no instruction is given to take care of the physical health, because for that no special instruction is given. Everyone knows that one has to be healthy. Now instructions are given to prepare the mind, because most of us, we don't take care of the mind at all. Isn't it? In the television, how many advertisements come to take care of your mind. Everything is with respect to your physical body. What dress to wear, what toothpaste to use, correct? All those things. Total neglect is there for the mind. Now Bhagavan is instructing with regard to the mind. Because the mind has to be very well prepared. Only a well prepared, purified mind can gain this highest knowledge. Knowledge has to be gained through the mind. Not just any mind. Knowledge has to be gained through a highly prepared mind. Since the goal is very, very high, the preparation also has to be equally high, great. Higher the knowledge, higher the preparation needed to gain the knowledge. So what are the preparation? Now Bhagavan is slowly giving instructions to prepare the mind. What is the instruction given? Tad uditam karma su anushtiyatam. After having gained the knowledge of the Vedas, with that clarity, enter into life. So actually the first instruction is for the Brahmacharya Ashrama. Gaining the knowledge is the main job of Brahmacharya Ashrama. What are the 4 ashramas? Brahmacharya Ashrama, Grihasthāshrama, Vanaprasthāshrama and Sannyasāshrama. So Bhagavan's order of explanation is in this form. So in the Brahmacharya Ashrama, the main focus is gaining knowledge. Brahma means Vedas. Brahmachārī means the one who follows the path laid by the Vedas. That is the meaning Brahmachārī. Many times Brahmachārī is translated as unmarried. Not necessarily. Brahmachārī is the one who charati. Charati means to walk. The one who walks the path laid by Brahma or Veda. Or the one who is interested in Brahman, walking the path towards Brahman, the ultimate truth. Such a person is called a Brahmachārī. Right. So the first instruction, Vedo Nityam Adhiyatam, is meant for Brahmacharya Ashrama. Gain the knowledge about life. After having gained a thorough understanding about life, enter into life. So then comes Grihasthāshrama. So what are we supposed to do? From here onwards, the instructions are for Grihasthāshramis. Taduditam karma su anushtiyatam. After having understood the instructions laid in the Vedas, live your life, perform your action. So yesterday we were saying 5 types of actions. What are they? Nitya karma, Naimittika karma, Kāmya-karma, Nishiddha karma and Prayaschitta karma. So what are the actions which are a must to be done? Nitya and Naimittika. Both. Now, what are these Nitya Naimittika karmas? So our scriptures have given PAÑCHA-MAHާYAJNAS. These are the Nitya Naimittika karma. So why are we supposed to perform these actions? The purpose is to prepare the mind. And what do you mean preparing the mind? Preparing the mind means the mind must be filled with noble virtues. This is called preparation of the mind, especially humility and gratitude. These are the 2 things which will take you a long way in spirituality. Humility and gratitude. In order to develop this, we are given PANCHA-MAHާYAJNAS. These are the 5 yajnas which everyone has to perform. The 5-fold yajnas. They are called as Brahma-yajna, Deva-yajna, Pitriyetnya, Nr-yajna and Bhuta-yajna. PANCHA-MAHÁYAJNAS. Now what are they? So they are all activities done to express our gratitude and thus to contribute to the society. This is the main thing. So the first one is Brahma-yajna. Brahma-yajna means what? Here Brahma means Vedas or the scriptures. So the first responsibility all of us is studying the scriptures. which itself is mentioned as Vedo Nityamadhiyatam. Even when you enter into Grihasthāshrama, live a married life, even when you enter into Grihasthāshrama, study of the scriptures should not be left. Brahma-yajna means studying the scriptures, understanding the import. Not only that you study, you pass on the knowledge gained to the next generation. So any scripture-oriented activity is called Brahma-yajna. So therefore we must be grateful to the teachers, our ancestors who have passed on this great knowledge to us. So what is our responsibility? To the extent possible, we must gain the knowledge, transform our lives with this knowledge, and then pass it on to the next generation. This is our responsibility. Be grateful to our ancestors. Now today we are studying all the scriptures like Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, etc. Remember, these are the works written thousands and thousands of years ago. So how many generations have been benefited by this knowledge? So we must be thankful to the entire Guru Parampara, the great masters of the past who have preserved this knowledge for us. So therefore we must be grateful to them, and as an expression of gratitude we must learn the knowledge, gain the transformation, and then pass it on to the next generation. This is called as Brahma-yajna. The second one is called Deva-yajna. So in Hinduism, all these natural forces are called Devatas. Because of those Devatas, we are alive, isn't it? Vayu Devata, Varuna Devata, Agni Devata, Surya Devata. They're all Devatas. The phenomenal forces. So what is our responsibility to them? Remember, they can exist even without us also. Right? So the best thing you can do is don't pollute the environment. That is the only request. Be grateful to these great forces, because we are alive on this planet because of them. Right? Without sun, earth, moon, etc., we may not exist on this earth. Be grateful to them, and as an expression of gratitude, see that the environment is maintained clean. Air pollution, water pollution, etc. goes against the spirit of this yajna. See to it that environment is kept clean and pure, so that the next generation may also be able to survive on this planet. This is our responsibility. This is called as Deva Yajna. The third one is called Pitriyetnya. What is Pitriyetnya? We must show our gratitude towards our Pitrus, ancestors, mother, father, grandfather, grandmother. It is because of them that we are here today. Whatever we have gained, it is because of them. So we must be grateful to them. How to express our gratitude? Take care of them. Don't fight with them. Don't throw them into old age homes. You must have enough time to spend with them in their old age. Love them. Take care of them. Even though they may have a lot of defects, weaknesses, just like any other human being, but even then, it is our responsibility, as an expression of gratitude, what all sacrifices they have done, it is our responsibility to take care of them. This is called as Pitriyetnya. Not only that, the next generation, our children, it is our responsibility to hand over the great values of life unto them. This also falls under Pitriyetnya. We must have enough time to spend with our children so that we can hand over the great values of life unto them, so that they grow up as responsible citizens of this country. All this fall under Pitriyetnya. So how many over? Brahma-yajna, Devayajna, Pitriyetnya. The fourth one is called Nriyajna or Manushya-yajna. Manushya-yajna means what? We have a responsibility unto the society, the human beings. Today, whatever comforts we have, life has become very easy, isn't it? Why has it become easy? It has become easy because so many people have contributed in making life easy. They have sacrificed their life, their energy, their talents, their time, because of which today life is comfortable. So therefore we must express our gratitude to the mankind. And what is the way? There are so many ways. Number one, in your profession you be clean. Don't cheat anyone. Be clean in your profession. Be sincere in your profession. May your profession be a means to help others, to serve others. Let not the profession be only a means to earn money. Let it be a means to wipe the tears of others. When this way you live, then you are performing Nriyajna. Mind becomes prepared, pure. Constructing schools, feeding the hungry, poor, clothing the naked, all these, service activities fall under Manushya-yajna or Nriyajna. This is our duty. If you are earning more, see to it that you share with those people who don't have it sufficient. There are enough poverty around. Whatever way you can, serve the people around who are in need. So this is Nriyajna. Then the last one is Bhuta-yajna. We have responsibilities to the beings below us also, like animals, birds, etc. We must take care of them also. Bhuta means all these beings. In so many ways they are also serving us, the cows, dogs, etc. It is a responsibility of the human beings who are the crest and crown of creation to take care of all the beings lower than them. This comes under Bhuta-yajna. So in short, when you do Pancha-Mahājajñas, what are you doing? You are expressing your gratitude unto the Lord through them. Number one, you are expressing gratitude. Number two, you are taking responsibility to see that life goes on this planet. So in short, what happens to the mind? When you really perform all these duties with wholeheartedness, what happens to the mind? The mind slowly cultivates all good values. There is humility, there is gratitude, there is love, there is compassion, mercy. All these virtues automatically come to a heart which serves others. Tadutitam karma su-anushtiyatam. This is called su-anushtiyatam. Do it very well. But even while you are doing it, remember one thing. Tena ishasya apachitihi vidhiyatam. Even when you are doing it, may you not do it in arrogance. That I am serving others. This attitude comes whenever you serve. So therefore, who should thank whom? The others who are being served should thank me who is serving. Correct? The ones who get should thank the ones who give. With this attitude, if you serve, what will come? Arrogance will come. All your values will be washed away by one thing called arrogance, ego. Many times we hear people saying, I did so much to him. He did not even give a thanks. See? That means that service is not with the right spirit. So here Bhagavan wants, whatever you do, do it as a worship of Lord. Where you don't expect anything in return. Instead, you thank God for having given an opportunity to serve. Oh Lord, you have given me this body. You have given me these talents. You have given me this position, the possession. All this you have given me. May I use your gift in order to serve your children, This should be the attitude. Nothing belongs to me. Everything belongs to you. May I please you. So now here comes the concept of Karma Yoga. This one line is actually the entire 3rd chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Tena ishasya apachitihi vidhiyatam. Perform your action as a worship of the Lord. Without expecting anything in return, a Karma Yogi performs action only to please God. And how do you know whether God is pleased? Your mind is at peace. This is the proof. When your mind is disturbed, it means God is displeased. Now, I am not going into Karma Yoga. That is a totally different chapter altogether. It's a big topic. Tena ishasya vidhiyatam apachitihi. Perform your actions as a worship of the Lord. So what happens then? Your mind becomes extremely pure. Right? Now Bhagavan says, Kāmye matihi tyajyatam. As far as Kāmya-karmas are concerned, what are you supposed to do? Mati tyajyatam. Give it up. Totally give it up. Kāmya-karma means what? Where you perform actions based on your likes and dislikes, not bothering about others' good. You are not harming others, but you are only worried about your own selfish interests. Such actions are called Kāmya-karma. Now, why are the scriptures asking us to give it up? What happens when you do Kāmya-karma is, you are performing actions based on your likes and dislikes. Raga and Dvesha. I like something, I am doing it. I don't like something, I am not doing it. Such actions are called Kāmya-karma. So what happens when you do Kāmya-karma? Again and again, you are performing actions because of Raga-dvesha. In the process, Raga-dvesha starts increasing. Your likes and dislikes starts increasing. You start drinking tea every 5 o'clock in the evening. After 1 week, what will happen? The 8th day, the mind starts craving for tea. And over a period of time, after a few years, you will find that becomes a strong addiction. How did it become an addiction? First day, it was never an addiction. First time you took it, you liked it. Therefore, you took it again. You liked it. Therefore, you took it again. So slowly what happens? This raga, like towards that thing, becomes stronger and stronger. It is true with everything. All drug addicts and chain smokers are born this way only. First, just for a time pass, they took it. And then slowly they became addict. Isn't it? All the Kāmya-karmas will make you an addict. Addict means what? Mind cannot think of anything else other than that. Now what will happen at the seat of meditation when you have so many Raga-dveshas? All the Raga-dveshas are intensified by your unintelligent actions. So when mind is bogged down by such Raga-dveshas, such a mind cannot soar higher in the seat of meditation. So in the seat of meditation, you are supposed to meditate on God. You are supposed to think higher and higher. But what happens to a mind filled with Raga-dveshas and Vasanas? That mind cannot think higher. Mind will be chained to the lower. Mind will think only of worldly things. As Ramakrishna Paramahamsa used to say, mind will think only of Kamini, Kanchana and Kirti. That's it. This is how Bhagavan used to describe the world. Kamini, Kanchana, Kirti. So when the mind is filled with all such kinds of low impulses, instincts, inclinations, impressions, such a mind cannot but think of the lower things only. When the mind thinks only of the lower, it can never think of the higher. A seeker, therefore, must be very careful not to get addicted to anything, not to develop any kind of raga dveshas. Kāmye matihi tyajyatam. Then, what about this nishiddha karma? So Bhagavan says, the next one, papaughav paridhuyatam. Paridhuyatam, wash away. What? Papa ogha. Ogha means collection. Collection of what? Papa. The collection of papa, paridhuyatam, wash it away. How? Through prayaschitta karma. Now, what is papa? It is translated as sin. But what is sin? How do you define sin? Well, sin is defined as anything that disturbs your mind is sin. So you have performed an action, and after it need not be an action, it can be a thought also. So, after performing an action or after entertaining a thought, your mind is disturbed. If your mind is disturbed, then you have committed sin. Simple. Right? Now the question is, when does the mind get disturbed? Mind is disturbed when sins are committed. When does the mind get disturbed? Mind get disturbed when the thinking is wrong. So when you entertain negative thoughts, wrong thoughts, as a result of your entertainment of negative thoughts, the effect, what is the effect on the mind? The mind becomes disturbed. So disturbed mind is the effect. Entertaining negative thoughts and wrong thoughts, that is the cause. So there is a cause-effect relationship. So if my mind is disturbed, what does it mean? I have been entertaining some negative thought, therefore my mind is disturbed. No, Swamiji, I am a very good person, only good thoughts pass my mind, but I am disturbed. This is impossible. This is impossible. If you say so, it only means you have not observed what was going through your mind. Something negative has been going through your subconscious mind or even conscious mind, which you are not conscious of, or you have ignored. You allowed some negative thoughts to pass through your mind, because of which your mind is disturbed. So then what is the solution? The solution is 5-point solution. Papaughav paridhuyatam. Wash away the sins. How? 5-point solution. What is the 5-point solution? First, observe. What to observe? Mind. You observe the mind. Then, detect. Detect where you are going wrong. What are those negative thoughts? What are those wrong lines of thinking? Detect. Observe. Detect. Then what? Eliminate. Eliminate those wrong thoughts, negative thoughts. Mere elimination will do? No. If you eliminate, there will be a vacuum. And nature can't stand vacuum. Something has to be filled, isn't it? So then, substitute. Substitute with what? With good thoughts, a right way of thinking. How do you get right way of thinking? Vedaha nityam adhiyatam. There is a right way of thinking. Cultivate it. Think in terms of the scriptures, the way it has guided. So that is substitute. Mere substitution won't do. Keep entertaining that thought to such an extent that that thought channel becomes effortless, becomes natural. So the last step is strengthen. Observe, detect, eliminate, substitute, strengthen. This is all what is spirituality. All my suffering is because of wrong thinking. Wrong thinking lead to wrong speech. Wrong speech lead to wrong action. Thought, word and deed Mistake is happening at the thought level, so therefore correct at the thought level. Then the rest will follow. Right? So right thinking has to be cultivated. So this way, wash away the sins. Now what is the proof that my mind is becoming free from sins? Yes, the disturbance starts decreasing. The mind starts experiencing more and more peace for longer period of time, with greater intensity. Intensity and duration of peace increases. Then we must understand the negative vasanas, the sinful vasanas are coming down. So the test is FIR test. What is FIR test? Frequency, intensity and recovery time. This is called FIR. So when you start doing sadhana, the frequency of negative, what you call mood, that frequency starts decreasing. The intensity of that negative mood, that also starts decreasing. Recovery time, how quickly you recover from that negative state of mind, that also starts decreasing. So what should happen to FIR? It should reduce. This is what happens. Papaughav paridhoyatam. But Swamiji, suppose I have done something wrong and the guilt feeling is killing me. What am I supposed to do? So what is the prayaschitta? The best thing to be done is sincerely pray to the Lord. From your depth of your heart say, "Oh God, I have committed mistake." Accept, admit, confess. Many times our ego will not allow that. Our ego says, no, what I have done is right only. When you start justifying your wrong action, then what happens? That sinful tendency remains. Therefore, that person who is justifying himself will always remain disturbed. This is for sure. So now that you understand that what I have done is wrong, the way I have spoken is wrong, my action was wrong, you have that guilt feeling, the best thing is sit for prayer, tell the Lord, Bhagavan, I have made a mistake, unknowingly I have made a mistake, or maybe I have made a mistake out of the force of my past vasanas. Please forgive me. From the depth of your heart, with tears in your eyes, when you thus pray, you will immediately find that the mind becomes light. That light mind is a proof that that sinful tendency has been washed away. That light mind is a proof that Bhagavan has forgiven you. That light mind is the proof that that papa karma will not give you any papa karma phala. Just like the child who has gone to mother. Now the mother is waiting to punish the child because the child has done something wrong. The mother is waiting. But if the child goes and catches hold of her sari, her leg, and say, "Mother, forgive me, I have done something wrong. I will not repeat it again." Will the mother beat the child? No. So therefore, it might be possible that we have done a lot of papa karmas in the past, and then we come to know that such a great knowledge is available. Then we are worried about what all I have done in my ignorance. Now all those karma phalas will come. Correct? So then what is the thing to be done? Just surrender unto God and say, "God, forgive me. I will not repeat it again." Let not this prayer be mechanical. God doesn't value mechanical prayers done out of routine. Only a tear-filled prayer alone is valuable. To what extent your heart has been touched, that's what matters. God looks into your heart when you pray. Not how many verses you have chanted, how many complicated mantras you have by-hearted. They are all of very low significance. Insignificant they are. What is important is your heartfelt, tear-filled prayers. In fact, after the prayers, you yourself feel that the mind has become light. such prayers must be offered. Then all those things, all such prayers will wash away the papam, the sinful tendencies, the vasanas. Papaugha paridhuyatam. And then what? A very important instruction is given next. Bhavasukhe doshaha anusandhiyatam. Bhavasukhe, sukham, the pleasures, the joys of the world. Bhavasukha means the pleasures which the world has to offer. So what should be your understanding about the pleasures of the world? Doshaha anusandhiyatam. See defects in it. Clearly understand that this world can never make you happy. Pleasures are there. Don't get addicted to it. Rather meditate upon the defects. What are the defects of worldly pleasures? Number one, worldly pleasures are finite. Intensity wise, there is limitation. Number two, worldly pleasures will have a beginning, it will have an end. Now, what kind of happiness are we looking for? We want infinite happiness for infinite period of time. Our goal is not little happiness for little period of time. No. We want absolute happiness, uncontaminated happiness, unlimited happiness. This is the goal. That's why all these preparations. Otherwise, to get worldly pleasure is nothing. Just indulge. You get it. No discipline is necessary. No values are necessary. But when we are talking of infinite happiness, you have to pay a price. And the price is anusandhanam. Do research. Think deep. In Grihasthāshrama, you are allowed to indulge. You are allowed to experiment with the pleasures of the world. Only your direct experience can make you wise. Bookish knowledge will not help. Mere chanting Vedas will not do. No doubt you have to study the Vedas, but merely learning the Vedas will only make you bookish wise. What the scriptures are trying to make you is a really wise person who has, through his own experience, has come to the conclusion what is truth, the path to be followed, etc. So then, as you are going through the pleasures of life in Grihasthāshrama, you must become more and more wise. And what is the wisdom? Sign of wisdom is bhavasukhe doshaha. Even when you are indulging in the pleasures of the world, every indulgence should teach you a lesson. What is a lesson? I have wasted my time. I have ended up myself in more pain, more suffering. There is no pleasure in the world. If this is your conclusion after indulgence, then you are becoming wiser. So what are the defects? Defect number one, the pleasures of the world, it is finite. Defect number two, the pleasures of the world, it is time bound. It has a beginning, it has an end. Yehi samsparshaja bhoga dukkhayonaya evate adyantavantak kaunteya nateshu ramate buddha. The wise people don't revel in the pleasures of the world. Nateshu buddha ramate. Why? Adyantavantaha. It has a beginning, it has an end. And ultimately, dukkhayonaya. It is a very womb of sorrow. Womb of sorrow means what? In the beginning, sorrow is not seen. Agre amrutopamam. All worldly pleasures are, in the beginning, like amruta. Pariname vishamiva. End result. What is the end result? It is like visham, poison. Whereas spiritual practice, agre vishamiva. In the beginning, very difficult. But pariname amrutopamam. Now the choice is yours. So in Kathopanishad, these two paths are called as path of Shreyas and the path of Preyas. Path of Preyas, which majority of us take. What is path of Preyas? It is called as path of pleasant. In the beginning, it appears to give joy. But in the end, you are trapped. Whereas the other path, the path of Shreyas, is called path of the good, path of the pleasant and path of the good. So Kathopanishad, Lord Yamaraj tells Nachiketa. So there, Sadguru is Lord of Death in Kathopanishad, Yamaraj or Dharmaraj, and the student is Nachiketa. So Nachiketa says, oh my dear boy, in this world, these two paths are open to everyone. The path of the Shreyas and the path of the prayers. Majority of them, they take this path, which lead to hell only. Very rare few take this path. So therefore, oh my dear boy, my dear child, take this path. Fine. So bhava sukhe doshaha anusandhiyatam. So let us do some anusandhanam. Defect number 1. Worldly pleasures are finite. Defect number 2. Worldly pleasures have beginning and an end. Number 3. Worldly pleasures are unpredictable. There is no guarantee that you will get it. Because the desired objects are few, desirers are many. Always. There is always a competition to get something of the world. And therefore, it is unpredictable. So what happens when your mind is attached to anything unpredictable? You go through worry, tension, anxiety, fear, etc. This is defect number 3. Worldly pleasures are unpredictable. Defect number 4. What is it? Every time you indulge, your body becomes weak. The vitalities are drained away. The body starts becoming more and more weak. No pain, no gain. Isn't it? So wherever there is gain, there has to be pain. Bodily vitalities are drained. Body becomes weak. Body and the senses, they become weak. Defect number 4. Defect number 5. The more and more you indulge, raga dvesha becomes strong, vasanas become strong, you end up as a slave of your mind. Now, do you want to be a slave of your mind or a master of your mind? Master. Then you have to train your mind, discipline your mind, control your mind. This is defect number 5, slavery towards mind. Defect number 6, the more and more you indulge, the more and more the craving increases. It never subsides. This is defect number 6. Craving increases alone. Dushpurena analena cha. Bhagavan gives the example. Like the fire. You pour oil thinking that it will be satisfied. Will it be satisfied? No. It again burns further. Ask for more. Na alam vidyate yasya sa analaha. The name of the fire is in Sanskrit, it is analaha. The one which says, not enough, not enough. Alam means enough. Na alam means not enough. The more you give to fire, the fire will ask more and more. The worldly pleasures are also like that. It will demand more and more of your time, money, energy, etc. So this is defect number 6. I have forgotten the count. 6. Okay, defect number 6. Now defect number 7. The moment you are addicted to worldly pleasures, you will definitely compromise with the higher values of life. In order to get the pleasure, you are ready to forego the higher values. Such a person will definitely accept bribe, will compromise with all higher values. Meaning what? Intellect is paralyzed. This is defect number 7. Defect number, next one, 8. What is the next defect? The pleasures of the world, they are illusory. Actually, there is no happiness there. What is the source of happiness? Your own self is the source of happiness. Whatever happiness you think that that object has, actually it is just an illusion. How is it explained? See, it is explained like this. What is my nature? Sat, Chit, Anand. So where is Anand present? Bliss, happiness, joy, etc. is present in me. But the moment the mind is disturbed, I am not able to access it. And when is the mind disturbed? When I start desiring an object intensely, mind is disturbed. So when the mind is disturbed, the disturbed mind projects happiness outside. So then I think, oh, maybe if I get this object, I'll be happy. And then you run after that object. And let us say you get it. Then what happens to the state of mind? Now that you have got it, mind calms down. When the mind calms down, that bliss which is already there shines forth. So now you are experiencing bliss. You think, because I got the object, I am happy. Actually, what is the truth? Because your mind calmed down, you are happy. So what is the actual cause of happiness? It is not that the object has given happiness. It is that the mind has become quiet, therefore you are happy. So what does a bhogi do? He runs after the object again and again, thinking the object has given a happiness. What does a yogi do? He quietens the mind. Instead of chasing the object, the moment he finds that the mind is telling that happiness is outside, the yogi is forewarned. He knows, my mind is now in rajas and tamas. It is not in sattva, because a sattvic mind will never cheat. A rajasic and a tamasic mind will always cheat. And what is the cheating? Telling you that, look, that is happiness. There, this. You become extrovert. A tamasic and a rajasic mind will always make you extrovert and show you a wrong direction to seek happiness. Whereas a sattvic mind will always show you the right direction. The sattvic mind will say, go within, happiness is within. A rajasic and a tamasic mind, which is nothing but a disturbed mind, will show you the way outside. So what does a yogi do? The moment the mind is attracted towards the outer world, the yogi immediately quietens. He says, a little bit of sadhana is necessary now. He withdraws from the world, sits in quietude, goes deep within, and there quietens the mind, and thus becomes free from all kinds of internal disturbances, cravings, etc. This is what it is. So how many defects over now? 8 defects over. Right. So this is called anusandhanam. Anusandhanam means doing research. Doing research means what? Go through the pleasure. Bhava sukha you experience. Bookish knowledge will not help. You have to go through. But even when you are going through, be alert. Test. In the Vedas you have studied that bhava sukha, only dosha is there. But now your experience says some joy is there. Experiment, and slowly you will find the joy turning into sorrow. Because of all these reasons. You feel you are drained away. Saturday, Sunday, the family goes for a picnic, outing. Oh, what a joy in the beginning. Oh, packing that, this, etc. Oh, everyone is excited. Sunday night, when they return back, look at them. Now, what have you done? Money gone, time gone, fully tired, drained. Now, are you happy? This is called bhava sukhe doshaha. What is the end result? End result is you are so tired. And then you said, ultimately, I shouldn't have gone. Everything gone. Is it happiness? Doshaha, find the defects. Eating junk food also like that. When the food is there, steaming hot, full of masalas, you eat, and then what happens? Stomach gone. Then, I shouldn't have eaten. Bhava sukhe doshaha anusandhiyata. The problem is we don't learn lesson. Again we jump into the same thing. Right? Next month again we are ready to jump out, eat out, shop out, what not. All out only. Bhava sukhe doshaha anusandhiyata. Be wise. Let experiences teach you lesson. Let not the experiences of life go waste. May you become wiser and wiser with every experience. If you don't learn lessons, those lessons will be repeated. This is the law of life. As long as you don't learn the lesson, those lessons will come again and again to you. Because the ultimate purpose of life is to help you evolve. The experiences are given to you to help you evolve. If you don't evolve, then the same environment, same circumstances will keep on coming again and again. So what is the wisest thing to do? With every experience, learn lesson, move forward, move forward. That's why Vedaha Nityamadhiyata. May you not forget why you are here. Bhavasukhe doshaha anusandhiyatam. Anything of the world is filled with defects. What are the limitations of the world? So our Bhaja Govinda beautifully gives in the first 6 to 7 verses. First thing, worldly knowledge. What is the limitation of worldly knowledge? The limitation is that worldly knowledge can never make you fearless. The greatest fear in life is fear of death. Can your worldly knowledge, physics, chemistry, maths, engineering, medicine, etc., can it make you fearless? Impossible. Whereas spiritual knowledge can make you fearless. Samprapte sannihite kale nahi rakshati dukran karane. Your grammar rules, your worldly knowledge is not going to help you. When? Sannihite kale samprapte. At the time of death. Physics equations can solve only physics problems, not life's problems. In order to solve the problems of life, what you must study? You must study the scriptures. Because scriptures talk about life. So a person who has thoroughly studied the scriptures, gained that knowledge, that person alone knows that there is nothing called death. Only the body dies. I, the pure consciousness, don't die at all. That gives him fearlessness. So even when death comes, he is able to welcome death with what he called cheerfulness. Wholeheartedly is able to welcome. Because he knows death is a blessing. It takes away this old worn out body. Nothing happens to me at all. So should you be happy or sad when a new pair of clothes are given to you and the old one is taken away? Should you be happy or sad? Happy. Enjoy. Thank you, God, for having given me a new pair of dress. Isn't it? Right? So that birthday suit is actually a birthday gift. The newborn baby. They call it as birthday suit. Totally naked. Fresh body is given to you. Isn't it? Only a person who knows the truth can rejoice, can celebrate death. All others will only fear death. So this is the limitations of worldly knowledge. Worldly knowledge can never make you fearless. Then, next one is worldly wealth. What is the limitation of worldly wealth? What you actually need, it can't give. You want peace of mind. Can worldly wealth give you? Never. It can give you comforts, but comforts doesn't mean peace. Correct? Puja Gurudev used to say, modern man is comfortably miserable. Comfortably miserable means what? Everything is there. AC is there. Servants are there. Food, drink, everything is there. But is he happy? No. Tension, misery, stress. Money cannot buy peace of mind. Money can buy medicines, but can it buy health? No. Money can buy relationships, but can it buy love? No. Right? Good sleep. Money can buy sleeping pills, but good sleep? No. So, what I am trying to say is, the real thing in life, money cannot give. Can money give you security? The reverse is true. You have to give security to the money. A person earns more and more thinking that money can give security. Ultimately what happens? He becomes a security guard. Isn't it? And the worry, the fear. Putradapi dhanabhajam bhitihi sarvatraisha vihitaritihi. The rich man is scared of his own son. The son is waiting when the father is going to die so that I get everything. Right? We are not criticizing earning wealth. It has its own place. Earn wealth. Only few are blessed with that ability. Earn wealth, but keep whatever you need. The rest, give it back to the society. Then that wealth will do you good. Also, let the wealth be earned very well knowing the limitations of wealth. Then wealth will not become your highest priority in life. Because today that is what is happening. Everyone is busy earning wealth. They have no time for meditation. They have no time for scriptures. It is something like a person who is busy walking with closed eyes. You ask, Arey bhai, you open your eyes and walk. No, I have no time. He is going, he is walking. Where is he going? He doesn't know. Right? Mere doing lot of things in life will not take you anywhere. Rather, it will help you devolve only, get bound to this world. So this is limitations of worldly wealth. Limitations of worldly pleasures we have seen. Then limitations of worldly existence. What is the limitations of worldly existence? Nalini delagata jalamati atitaralam tattva jivitam atishaya chapalam. Our existence in this world is like the water droplet on the lotus petal. So how that state of water, it doesn't stick there. It's like a pearl. A slight breeze and it just falls. In the same way the worldly existence. When, who is going to go? Nobody knows. Right? So they say, the breath which has gone in, whether it will come out or not, there is no guarantee. This is life. This is the limitations of worldly existence. Then, limitations of worldly relationship. What is the limitation? Yavat vitto parjana saktaha tavan nija parivaro raktaha pascha jivati jarjara dehe vartam gopina prachati gehe. This is worldly love. Limitations of worldly love. What is love? It is conditional. Worldly love is conditional. As long as you have something, people will love you. But when you lose that, the very same people who loved you will turn their back against you. As long as you are an earning member in the family, you will be respected, loved, served. The moment you become old, retired, that's what Bhagavan Shankarāchāryaji says. Same thing with everything. Worldly name, fame, recognitions, possessions, everything. It will come, it will go. Love is conditional. You are beautiful, therefore I love you. What does it mean? That love will go away the moment you no longer look beautiful. And that time will definitely come, because Makuru dhana jana yavvana garvam harati nimeshat kalas sarvam. Don't be proud of your dhana, jana, influence, yavvana, youth. Makuru dhana jana yavvana garvam. Don't be proud of all this. Harati nimeshat kalas sarvam. The time will take away everything from you in a moment's notice. So this is the limitations of worldly name, fame, etc. Then what about the limitations of worldly relationship? Every relationship has a beginning, will have a end. Bas. We are all travelers in a train. Sometime we meet together, we have chat and good friendship, etc. But remember, at some station, either he will get down or I will get down. Isn't it? We have to get down. This is the limitations of worldly relationship. Right? Bhavasukhe doshaha. Never lean on the world for your security, for your happiness, for your peace. Then what am I supposed to do? Bhagavan, you appear to be very pessimistic. Remember, spiritual people are not neither optimistic nor pessimistic, they are realistic. For fine. Do you mean to say that there is no source of happiness? No, there is a source of happiness. What is it? Next one. Atmecha vyavasiyata. Do you want to be happy? Yeah. To be happy, that is our natural desire. No one can desire unhappiness. Impossible. Everyone will desire happiness. So naturally scriptures must say what is the source to gain happiness, isn't it? Merely telling all these things are unhappiness, that alone will not do. The right field, right place to seek happiness, that also has to be shown. So what is the right place? Atma Ichha Vyavasiyatam. Vyavasiyatam, cultivate. Cultivate the desire for the self. That happiness is your nature, you need not seek it outside. It is yours. Now you are not able to access that happiness because the attention is turned outwards. Turn inwards. Look within. Find out who you are. And you will find everything that you are craving for in life, it is already there. Atma Ichha, desire for the self. And what is this Atma? Sat, Chit, Anand. It is of the nature of Sat. Sat means existence. So what is your nature? You are Sat Swarupa. You are of the nature of existence. You can never become non-existent. Body can become non-existent. But you can never become non-existent. Why? You are Sat. This Atma is of the nature of existence. Meaning, it is immortal. It is Chit. It is of the nature of consciousness. It is of the nature of knowledge. It is of the nature of life itself. It is the very life-giving principle of this body. Body is actually inert. Combination of 5 elements. What are they? Space, air, fire, water, earth. Pancha-Mahājāඥas. This body is made of that. But what is it that is giving life to it? Pancha-Mahājāඥas are inert, jada. It has no life. So therefore the combination of 5 elements also should not have any life. But then life is seen. This life doesn't belong to the body, it belongs to Atma. Because it is Chit Swarupa. It is a life-giving principle. So therefore it is impossible that Atma can die. It can become lifeless. It is impossible because it is his nature. Just like the heat is the nature of fire. Sweetness is the nature of sugar. In the same way, Atma's nature is what? Sat, Chit, Anand. It is his nature, means you can't separate it. Even if you want to, you can't separate. It is there. That is me. So happiness, joy, peace, etc. is me. Means what? If I want to be happy, where should I turn my attention? Not towards bhava, but towards Atma. This is the mistake we all do. Seek happiness from the original source. Don't seek reflected happiness. Because when the reflecting medium goes away, your happiness also will go. Seek the real source of happiness, and that is your own Atma. It is yourself. Bliss is your nature. So, Atmecha Vyavasiyata. Desire for this knowledge. Desire for self means what? Desire for the knowledge of the self. It will free you from all kinds of imperfections. All imperfection, you try to find a solution in the outer world. Actually, that is a wrong solution. Every problem can be solved the moment you turn inwards. This is the message. So this much you must prepare in Grihasthāshrama. So this is the last instruction for the Grihasthāshrami. Then what he should do? Nija Griha Turnam Vinirgamyatam. So now he has to enter into Vanaprastha. So in the Brahmacharya Ashrama, what has he done? Study the scriptures, understand the teachings, understand the purpose of life. The bigger picture of life has to be clearly understood. This is the purpose of Brahmacharya Ashrama. What is the next stage? Grihasthāshrama. What is the purpose of Grihasthāshrama? Preparing the mind, going through the experiences, experimenting with life, finding out whether whatever has been said in the Vedas, it is right or not. Only one aspect you can know. What is it? The Vedas will say the world is painful. But now it is only a bookish knowledge in Brahmacharya Ashrama. You have to experience it yourself. How will you do it? Enter into the world. Burn your fingers. Right? But then become wise. Become wise. Now this person is highly prepared. Now he has understood one thing. What has he understood? There is no happiness in the world. Happiness is my nature. And now let me spend more and more time in gaining the knowledge of the self. So slowly he makes outer adjustments. This is where the Vanaprastha Ashrama comes into picture. So that we will take up tomorrow. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhave Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.